Legend of Yufei Chapter 4.
Picture this quiet village, right? And there's this young guy. Nobody really knows him, but his potential is about to get noticed. All thanks to a poem he wrote on a wall.
A bit dramatic, isn't it? But it works.
It does. So the story kicks off, oddly enough, with another poem. This one's called On Making Friends.
Ah, yes, Ji Xiaoxing.
And it immediately draws this line in the sand between old friendships and, well, what the poem calls modern ones.
Right.
It says the old friendships were like stone and gold, solid, based on the heart.
Deep connections, lasting stuff. It mentions Chenle and Granbao as examples.
The Varagons, yeah.
Yeah.
But then it flips. Modern friendships.
Those are the meat and wine friendships.
Exactly. Superficial, based on having a good time, getting something out of it. And they apparently break really easily over tiny things.
And that leads to that really potent line. Tiger and leopard cannot be ridden. Human heart is separated by belly skin.
Oof. What's that telling us?
Well, it's pretty cynical, isn't it? It's saying, you might think you understand someone, but you can never truly know what's inside. Their true motives are hidden.
Like you can predict a tiger, maybe, but not a person.
Precisely. And that sets a theme, right? Sincerity versus, well, fakeness.
Yeah.
And that becomes super important later with Yufei himself.
Okay, so speaking of Yufei,
Yeah.
we meet him now. He's young, admires this teacher, Zhao Tong, immensely.
But he's poor, can't afford lessons.
Right, so instead he writes his own poem on the study wall,
Yeah.
kind of expressing his own ambitions, his longing to learn.
Which is brave, in a way, putting himself out there.
And this is where the immediate drama kicks in. Remember Wang Yi and his pals, the ones Yufei was secretly doing homework for?
Oh, yeah, the ghostwriting situation.
Well, their teacher, Zhu Tong, comes back unexpectedly. And they just panic. Total fear. Their little scam is about to be busted.
You can just picture it. And what's fascinating is Zhu Tong's reaction. He looks at their new homework, and he sees this massive improvement. Like, suddenly it's natural and precise, way better than their usual rubbish.
So we know something's up.
Immediately, that's the mark of a real master, isn't it? He can tell genuine quality, or at least spot when something doesn't quite fit. He senses the difference between real talent and, a copy job.
So he starts digging, asks Wang Yi, anyone been here?
And Wang Yi lies, of course. Nope, no one. Classic kid move.
But then Zhu Tong spots it. The poem. On the wall. Game over. What does Zhu Tong do then? He sees the poem, sees Yufei's name.
Yeah, he puts two and two together instantly. And he lays into Wang Yi. Calls him a yu, which is harsh, like animal or beast.
Right.
It shows Zhao Tong isn't just smart. He's got this strong moral core. Deception. Lying. That's a big deal for him, probably more than just bad homework.
So Wang Yi, tail between his legs, has to go get Yufei. He delivers the summons from Zhao Tong.
Which must have been terrifying for Yufei's mother initially. A summons from the teacher.
Exactly. Madame Yu is alarmed, thinking, oh no, what now? But then Wang Yi clarifies, he said to invite him.
The magic word. Relief.
Huge relief.
Mm-hmm.
So Yufei goes to meet Zhao Tong, and his entrance is pretty impressive, isn't it?
It really is. He shows immense respect. 4 deep bows.
And the text describes him as having a formidable appearance and a dignified demeanor, even though he's young and poor.
Yeah, Xiang and Tia Kalan. It's striking. And Zhao Tong sees this immediately. It's not just the poem anymore.
He sees the person.
Exactly. He sees the potential, the character shining through. That's real discernment beyond just academic skill. He senses something special in the boy's presence.
So Zhao Tong asks him straight up, did you write this poem?
And Yufei.
He admits it. Humbly, maybe a bit embarrassed, but yes.
Honest, at least.
Then they talk about his background.
Yeah.
Yufei shares his courtesy name, which is Nose.
Pingju. And Zhou Tong loves it, right? Finds
Yeah.
it incredibly fitting.
Totally. He says something like Chufei. The name reflects the meaning. Pei means rock, the giant mythical bird. Zhu means to soar. So soars like a rock.
Wow. Pretty aspirational for a kid who, as the text says, just learned a few books from his mother and practiced writing on sand.
Right.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? This kid, humble background, basically self-taught in some ways.
Yeah.
Yet he has this clear talent and this massive ambition captured in his name. Where does that come from? It points to some kind of innate drive, something beyond just schooling.
A fire within.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zhao Tong is impressed. He wants to talk to Yufei's mother, Madame Yu.
Makes sense. Meet the parent, discuss the potential.
But there's a snag. Yufei politely explains that, well, his mother's a widow, and the social rules back then were strict. She can't just come alone to a man's study.
Propriety. That's a really interesting detail. It highlights the social customs they had to navigate.
Definitely. And Zhu Tong gets it immediately. He realizes his mistake, his son, or misspeaking.
Which shows his own respect for those norms, right? He doesn't dismiss them. He understands the social context. His wisdom isn't just academic.
Not at all. So, quick thinking, Zhu Tong finds a solution. He tells Wang Ge, go ask your mother, Madame Wang, to come along with Madame Yu.
A chaperone. Problem solved. Ensures everything's above board.
Exactly. And with that arrangement, Madame Yu agrees to meet Zhu Tong. It shows how they worked within those rules. The scene is the central hall in the Wang family's home. Remember, they're the ones who took in young Yufei and his mother, An Ren, and Zhu Tong, this highly respected master, is there. And he makes this proposal that must have just stunned everyone.
It really jumps out from the text how unusual Zhao Tong's request actually is. He wants to take Yufei as an adopted son, using that specific term, Youif, mingling Weisling, which wasn't quite like a full legal adoption as we might think of it. It's more symbolic, often for passing down skills. That's a unique tone right away.
Right. And why? Why would this esteemed master make such a bold move? What did he see in Yufei?
Well, the text says Zhou Tong noticed he was extremely intelligent and handsome, okay? But it was clearly deeper than that.
Definitely.
He saw a poem and ambition in the boy. It was like a sign to him, signaling that Yufei will achieve great things, almost prophetic.
He really seemed to have this vision for him.
Yeah, and I love how he puts it using that proverb, jade unpolished cannot become a vessel. It's not just saying Yufei has potential. He's saying, without the right guidance, specifically his guidance, that talent stays raw. It won't become something truly great. He saw himself as the key.
And there's more to Zhu Tong's motivation, isn't there?
Yeah.
The source hints at something quite personal, maybe even a bit tragic.
Oh, absolutely. It adds another layer. This wasn't just about finding a promising student. It feels like Zhu Tong was seeking maybe redemption? He reveals his previous two disciples, they were tragically killed by treacherous officials, a devastating loss.
Oh.
So he's left with this lifetime of skills, this whole legacy, and a desperate need to pass it on. His current students, well, they're okay, but not as brilliant. He needed someone exceptional, like Yufei.
And the condition he sets for this incredible offer, it's almost nothing.
It's incredibly humble, yeah.
Wow.
His only request is that Yufei buries his bones after he dies, just make sure they aren't exposed. No demands for loyalty, no money, just this one simple act of respect. It really shows how much passing on his knowledge meant to him.
You could just imagine Yufei's mother, An Ren, hearing this.
Yeah.
The text says she just starts crying. It's a huge thing to ask.
It really is. And you have to understand her side of it, her context. I mean, Yufei was born during that great flood, a really traumatic start. Plus, her dying husband had entrusted Yufei solely to her care. It was a sacred duty.
Right, a heavy responsibility.
And she felt indebted to the Wang family, too. But the biggest thing, her main worry, was that Yufei was her only remaining bloodline, her one hope to continue the Yu family name. That's huge.
So it's a really complex situation for her. Was Zhao Tong really asking her to give up her son, even with his clarification?
That's a really important point. Zhao Tong makes it clear, non-pikuti, not like full adoption. He specifically says no name change, no surname change. It's just a temporary father-son address, for the purpose of teaching him everything, an apprenticeship of the soul almost. But still, a massive leap for a mother with those deep concerns.
Which leads us right to that pivotal moment.
Yeah.
Yufei.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even wait for his mom to fully agree. He just steps forward, kneels down, and bows 8 times to Zhao Tong. Such a decisive move for a kid.
Yeah, impulsive almost, but driven by something powerful. The text says he had this long admiration for Zhu Tong's talent and learning, and he desperately wanted Zhu Tong to teach him poetry, classics, and martial arts. He saw his chance, maybe clearer than anyone else, and just grabbed it.
It's amazing how the text itself connects that single ceremony directly to his future fame. What does that say about how the story views destiny?
It's really striking, isn't it? It says, this 8-bow ceremony unexpectedly led to a Grand Marshal of Wuchang and all these other titles. It suggests this idea that some moments are just fated. They set you on a path you can't escape.
Wow.
And even then, after sealing this huge destiny, Yufei still respectfully bows to the Wang family and then to his mother. The text describes her as half sad, half happy, helpless. Such a human touch.
That really grounds it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Amidst all the destiny talk, there's that Very real, complex emotion.
Definitely. And makes you think about the parental side, the letting go even when greatness calls.
But, for the moment at least, the immediate result was celebration. Wang Yuanwei, the host, throws a banquet right away. Invites others like Zhang Da and Tang Wenzong to congratulate Zhu Tong.
Right. A proper celebration for this new significant bond. And then, boom, the very next day, the training starts. Yu Fei is diving right into his studies, shows the eagerness on both sides.
Yu Tong then makes another smart move, maybe thinking about the practicalities.
What?
Because Yu Fei was poor, he arranges for him and the other 3 students to become sworn brothers. And apparently, all their fathers were happy about it. Rejoiced is the word used. It created this supportive unit.
Yeah, solidifying the group. But here's a really key detail about the mentorship itself. From that point on, the source is very specific. Zhu Tong taught all 18 types of martial arts exclusively to Yu Fei.
Exclusively, so the others didn't get that full training.
Seems not. It highlights that while they were all students, Yu Fei was singled out. He was the true inheritor of Zhu Tong's complete martial legacy.
Interesting. And the text says, time passed like an arrow, as it does in these stories. Before you know it, Yu Fei is 13, studying alongside his sworn brothers, all getting skilled.
Right. And it credits Zhu Tong's exquisite and subtle teaching methods. Within just a few years, all 4 were apparently proficient in both literature and martial arts. It wasn't just fighting, it was that whole package. The scholar-warrior ideal, which was so important. Springtime, the 3rd month, everything's warm, flowers are out. A really beautiful day. And Yu Fei's master, Zhu Tong, gets this idea. He wants to go visit an old friend of his.
Right, Chan Master Ziming, a respected Buddhist monk living up on Liquan Mountain.
And this relationship, Zhu Tong and Yu Fei, it's more than just teacher-student, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Zhu Tong is like a father figure. His guidance is absolutely central to Yu Fei's development, not just in martial arts, but in character, too.
So Yu Fei, being the dedicated student, he asks Zhu Tong, hey, can I come too?
Yeah, basically suggesting it'd be good company plus a chance for him and his sworn brothers, the other students, to meet this famous monk.
Makes sense. And Zhu Tong agrees. So the 5 of them head out, Zhu Tong and his 4 protégés.
Just enjoying the spring day, walking towards the mountain.
Yeah.
Pretty idyllic, really.
Until Zhu Tong just stops, suddenly. He's looking off towards the southeast at this small mountain.
And he sees something, not just visually, but intuitively. Well, he immediately assesses its feng shui, the flow of energy in the landscape. He notes the direction, the soil quality, this powerful dragon's pulse he senses.
Dragon's pulse.
Yeah, it's a term for potent terrestrial energy. And he sees how the land formations collect wind and qi. Basically, he identifies it as an incredibly auspicious spot, spiritually potent.
Okay, so it's prime real estate, spiritually speaking.
Exactly. And then one of the students, Wang Yi, he sort of casually mentions,
Okay.
oh yeah, that mountain. My family owns all the land around here.
No way, just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And Zhu Tong's reaction is immediate. He says, almost like a prophecy, if I should pass away, bury me right there.
Whoa. That's heavy. How does Yu Fei react?
Well, the text says Yu Fei gets alarmed, don't talk about death. But Zhu Tong is very calm about it. He basically says, death is natural, and tells Yu Fei specifically, remember my wish. It hints at this really deep bond, this responsibility Yu Fei feels.
You can imagine young Yu Fei thinking, what is going on?
For sure. A lot to process for a young man.
So they keep walking, chatting away, and eventually reach the mountain base.
They walk maybe a quarter mile or so into this thick forest and see the monastery gates.
Yeah.
Just 2 simple wooden gates.
Yu Fei steps up and knocks. A young monk answers.
Right. Zhu Tong introduces himself, says he's from Shaanxi province.
And then the main man appears, Chan Master Jiaming, holding his staff. Very welcoming.
Yes, greets Zhu Tong warmly. They go into the guest hall, catch up. The 4 students are just standing by respectfully.
Standard procedure.
Yeah.
But then Zhu Tong does something significant.
He introduces Yu Fei, specifically saying, this is my adopted son.
Ah, okay. Highlighting that special relationship.
Exactly. And this is where Ziming, the Chan master, has his moment. He looks Yu Fei over, really studies him.
What does he see?
He declares Yu Fei has extraordinary bones, Gugi Kinki. It's a way of saying he has a remarkable physical and spiritual structure. He predicts Yu Fei is no ordinary person.
Wow. So validation from a holy man.
Pretty much. Ziming even tells Zhu Tong it's a blessing he cultivated, having such a disciple. It's like an early sign of destiny, before Yu Fei's even achieved anything famous.
That's incredible. So what happens next? They have dinner?
Yeah, the monastery serves them a vegetarian meal. They end up staying the night. Zimi meditates on his cloud bed.
A cloud bed? Sounds comfortable.
Oh, likely metaphorical for a meditation platform. Anyway, the next morning after breakfast,
Yes.
Zhu Tong asks about the Li Quan spring. He's heard the water makes amazing tea.
Ah, the namesake of the mountain.
Precisely. Ziming explains, yes, the mountain's named for it, and the cave, Li Quan Cave, is just behind the monastery.
Right.
He says the water is exceptional. Deep in.
Exceptional. How? Just taste.
Not just taste, though it's sweet. He claims it can restore vision for people with presbyopia, age-related farsightedness if they wash their eyes with it.
Whoa, okay. Miracle water, basically.
Kind of, but there's a catch. Recently, something strange started happening. The cave started emitting this smoky mist, and apparently, anyone who touches the mist just falls unconscious.
Seriously, so they can't get the water anymore.
Nope, too dangerous. Ziming says they've had to switch to using water from a different spring, the Heavenly Spring.
So this amazing healing spring has suddenly become off-limits, a dangerous mystery.
Exactly. From miracle cure to forbidden zone.
Now, how does Yu Fei take this news?
His reaction is, well, quite telling.
Yeah.
He actually gets suspicious.
Suspicious of the monk.
Yeah. He secretly thinks maybe the old monk is just being, stingy, making up a story to keep people away from his special water source.
Okay, a bit cynical for a young hero.
Or maybe just practical. Driven by devotion, though, because
Yeah.
his next thought is, I need to get that water for my master.
Mm-hmm.
He sees it as an act of filial piety, Saoxin.
Right, for his adopted father figure.
Yeah.
Okay, so he decides to investigate himself.
Very discreetly, he asks the young monk which way to the back of the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and he asks for a big teacup.
Got it. Sneaky.
He heads off, finds the spring on the mountainside, and there's this cool detail, a big rock next to it.
What about the rock?
It's inscribed. It says, Li Quan Marvelous Product, Li Quan Chi Pin. And apparently, it's in the handwriting of Su Dongpo, the famous poet and telegrapher.
Wow, okay. So, it is famous, but this is where things get weird, right?
This is where it gets really interesting. As he's looking, a snake head emerges from a hole in the rock cave.
Just pops out.
Yeah. Described as fist-sized doodah. Its eyes are shining and it's literally dripping saliva into the spring water.
Ew, okay, that would put anyone off.
Yu Fei's reaction is pure pragmatism, though. He thinks, what good is this creature drooling in the water? I should just kill it.
Bold move. Does he have a weapon?
Nope. He puts the teacup down, picks up a big stone, aims carefully, hits the snake right on the head. Bam. Perfect shot.
Okay. What happens then? Does it just die?
Not quite. There's this loud noise like an explosion. Mist erupts everywhere. The snake's eyes, described as like bronze bells, suddenly glow gold. And it lunges at him, mouth wide open, like a blood basin. Terrifying.
Yikes. What does Yu Fei do?
He dodges. Super quick reflexes. And in that moment, he grabs what he thinks is the snake's tail, trying to pull it out.
Okay, fighting back.
But then, another loud sound. And he looks down. He's not holding a snake tail.
What is he holding?
He's holding a spear, a Zhangba spear, so like 12 feet long. And it's described as a gold-dipped spear, Zhan Jinquang. It's shining.
The snake turned into a spear.
It seems so. And there's an inscription right there on the shaft.
What does it say?
Li Quan Divine Spear. Li Quan Shen Mao.
Divine spear. Wow. And the spring.
Completely dry. Instantly. Not a drop left.
Unbelievable. The water's gone, the snake's gone, but he has this incredible weapon.
Exactly. And if you think about the symbolism,
Yeah.
it's huge. The weapon isn't just found, it's given, transformed by the spirit of the place, embodied by the snake.
So the snake wasn't evil, it was like a guardian. Or the source itself.
More like the conduit for this power. Its essence, the spring's essence, is now in the spear, destined for the hero. The drying up confirms its purpose is fulfilled. It's passed on to Yu Fei.
That makes sense. Okay, so Yu Fei now has a divine spear. What does he do? Go show his master.
You bet. He heads back to the monastery, spear in one hand, teacup still in the other. He tells him the whole crazy story.
How does Yu Tong react?
He is absolutely thrilled, overjoyed.
And the Chan master, Ziming, what's his take?
Ziming confirms it. He says Li Quan, the spring, was indeed a divine object, a Shen Wu. And this whole event means Yu Fei is destined for the highest military honors, ascending the platform and being appointed a general.
Wow. So the prophecy gets it even more specific.
Yes. But there's a twist. Jiming says Yu Fei's action, taking the spear, has broken the feng shui of the monastery.
Broken it.
By removing the divine object, the spiritual balance is gone. Ximing says he can't stay there anymore. He has to leave, return to his own home monastery on Wutai Mountain.
Oh, an unexpected consequence.
But before he goes, he gives Yu Fei another crucial gift.
What's that?
A military book, a Bing Shu, full of spear techniques and battle formations, essential knowledge for a future general.
The spear in the instruction manual. Perfect.
Right. And Jiming adds one last prophecy. He tells Yutong they're both old, they probably won't meet again.
Oh, that's sad.
It is. But he says in 20 years, his young disciple, the one named Dai Yu, will meet Yu Fei on Jin Mountain. Another future connection foretold.
So many layers of destiny being laid out here.
Absolutely. Then Zutong tells Yu Fei, guard that book well. They say their goodbyes, and the group heads back to Wang family village.
And I guess the training kicks into high gear now.
Totally. Zutong is ecstatic. He immediately gets the students prepping bows and arrows for archery. And he starts specifically teaching Yu Fei the spear techniques from the book, while all four practice swords, blades, the whole martial arts regimen every single day.
The path is set, the tools are provided, the training begins.
The master, Zutong. He's this highly respected martial arts expert, and he's got these students. Three are introduced pretty quickly, Tong Huai, Zhang Shan, and Wang Yi. But then there's Yu Fei, and right away you kind of feel his story is going to be a bit different.
And what's really striking about Zutong is how he teaches. It's not one size fits all at all. He actually asks them what they want to learn, finds out their preference, their, personality almost.
Yeah, that adaptability, it's really noticeable. It's not just do this because I say so, like with Tong Huai. Zutong asks him what weapon he wants to learn, and Tong Huai says the spear. Why? Because, and this is a direct quote, you big brothers spew dancing is good.
He saw Yu Fei and got inspired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Zutong is like, okay, fine, spear it is. I'll teach you the spear technique. Simple as that.
Right. It honors the student's own observation and motivation.
Then you get Zhang Shan. He's thinking practically. He tells the master, basically, what if I thrust with a spear and miss? Or go too far?
Right.
I think, having a hook on the spearhead would be useful. So he's asking for this hooked spear, the Gulian Shang.
And Zutong doesn't just say yes, he confirms it's actually a real thing. Yes, that weapon exists.
Yep.
And he even says, look, I'll draw a diagram, give it to your dad, get one made, and then I'll teach you how to use that specific weapon.
That level of customization is pretty amazing for the time, isn't it?
It really is. It's more than just saying yes. He's encouraging Zhang Xin's practical, tactical way of thinking. That's a key skill, right? Battlefield thinking, not just learning moves by rote. It shows he's reading the student.
So we have inspiration, practicality. And then there's Wang Yi. His choice is a bit different. He goes for the broadsword, the Dai Dao. Why? Because he figures with one swing, it can cut down 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 people.
He keeps going, too.
Oh, yeah, he calculates, if I keep cutting from morning till night, wouldn't that be thousands? Talk about ambition.
Yeah, a bit bloodthirsty maybe, but Zhao Tong gets him. The text calls Wang Yi a simple-minded man of courage, basically, young Zifu. But Zhao Tong doesn't, criticize the logic. He just smiles and says, all right, you like the broadsword? Fine, I'll teach you the broadsword.
He works with Wang Yi's nature, even if it seems a bit blunt.
It shows real understanding, not just teaching skill, but managing personalities. And it wasn't just fighting skills, right? They had a schedule. A very balanced one.
Literary studies on even days, martial arts on odd days.
Yeah.
So brains and brawn were part of the plan.
Definitely. Building the whole person. And you have to remember who Zutong was. This adds another layer. This is the guy who taught Lin Chong, the legendary instructor for the 800,000 Imperial Guards in Tokyo. And he also taught Lu Junyu, another famous hero from Water Margin. This master's own skill, his Ben Shi Gao Qiang, was, top tier. He was a master of masters.
Wow. Okay, so with that kind of teacher, it makes sense that Yu Fei would stand out. The text mentions he was young but had exceptional strength, Xiaonian, Liang, Guoren. But it seems like Zutong's connection to him was particularly strong.
It was very personal. The source says Yu Tong was getting older, and he saw Yu Fei almost as an adopted son, a Mingling Zizi. Because of that bond, he was determined to teach Yu Fei everything. All 18 types of martial arts, a whole package. It wasn't just teaching. It was like passing on his entire legacy.
And Yu Fei absorbed it all. He becomes Wen Wu Shuang Quan, skilled in both literary arts and martial arts, to the point where the text says he actually surpassed Lin Shang and Lu Juni, Zhu Tong's other star pupils.
Yeah, he didn't just meet expectations, he blew past them. He's established as a true prodigy.
Okay, so things are going incredibly well. Yufei is excelling. Then the story takes a turn. Zhu Tong is just strolling outside with the three wealthy guys, the patrons supporting the students.
Right, the fathers of the other three.
And this village head comes up, bows, and drops some news. He says he's already put the four boys' names down for a county exam, Xiaokao. And not just that, but they need to get ready because it's soon they have to enter the city on the 15th of this month.
Oh, and one of the fathers, Wang Ming, he just blues up. He's furious with the village head. He basically yells, "You can't just do that. You should have told us first, discussed it. How do you know if our sons can even go? What were you thinking?"
Yeah, that's ridiculous is the gist. You can feel the social awkwardness there.
But Zhu Tong steps right in, super calm. He says, "Enough. Look, he meant well. Don't blame him." And then, importantly, he adds, "Your son, even though he's young, his martial arts are good enough. He can go."
Right. He diffuses the anger, reassures the father, and backs his student.
And he even apologizes to the village head to smooth it all over. Shows real wisdom, doesn't it? Not just fighting skill, but social skill, too.
Absolutely. So, crisis averted. Zhao Tong tells the other three, Zhang Xian, Tang Huai, Wang Yi, go home. Tell your dads, get your gear ready. Clothes, hats, bows, horses, the works. Seems like everything's set for them to show off their skills in public.
It looks that way. Everything is lined up perfectly.
But then Zhao Tong turns to Yufei, tells him the same thing. Go home, talk to your mom, get ready for the exam. And this is the moment. This is the twist.
Yeah, instead of being eager, Yufei says something completely unexpected. He says, "Respectfully, I have something. It makes it difficult for me to take the exam right now. I'll wait for the next one."
Wow, just declines. The prodigy, the one who surpassed everyone, turns down this big chance.
It's a shocker. And Zhao Tong naturally is like, What reason could you have? Why are you refusing to go? Niyuhishi tuikebukui.
And right there, that's where the chapter ends. The source literally says, we don't know what Yufei said next. Listen to the next chapter to find out. A total cliffhanger.